What's up, YouTube Nation? This is Chris Guerreri with Certified G Motivation, back for another episode of Winning Wednesdays. So this week, guys, I was scrolling through my Facebook timeline and one of those time hops came up, and it was a picture that I had taken 2 years ago. Now, as many of you guys know, I'm from the North Houston area, and 2 years ago we were hit with Hurricane Harvey. And the picture that came up on my timeline was of the few possessions that my wife and I had left after the hurricane. So 2 years ago, my wife and I decided to buy a house, and we were transitioning in between homes. So while we were transitioning in between homes, we had all of our personal belongings and possessions in storage. Well, the Friday before Hurricane Harvey hitting, they had shut down the storage facility and we weren't able to go and get all of our possessions. So when Harvey hit Houston, we had lost almost 90% of all the possessions that we had at that time. And I appreciate so much that I was reminded of what happens and how life can humble you, because that's exactly what Hurricane Harvey did to my family. It humbled us. It gave us a different sense of perspective. See, we live in a society today, guys, that we are judged on the possessions that we have. A lot of people think they're successful because they own the best car, have the biggest house, have the most money, and that's how we train success to be. But we don't ever take into granted what happens when we lose it all. And that's exactly what happened to my wife and all. I'm talking like my wife's purses, gone. All the possessions, my video games, my movies, gone. I didn't plan on that happening. It's just life has a weird way of humbling. But I'll tell you, when that happened, I'm actually very grateful that it happened to me at such a young age, because it gave me this perspective on what the importance of life really is. And what I saw is that in life, you can't be judged by the possessions that you have or the things that you can buy. Rather, what judges you by success is the character that you have and carry, and the people and relationships you have around you. See, unfortunately, my wife and I were affected by the hurricane, but we were grateful because the amount of love that we got from our family and friends. I can't tell you how many family and friends sent me an email or a text message or a phone call that said, "You're in my prayers, we're thinking of you." I can't tell you how many people came and actually helped my wife and I go through the rubble of the hurricane just so we could try and find a couple possessions maybe that we could hold on to so that we didn't lose it all. So I learned at that time, and sometimes the people you carry around in your life are more valuable than the possessions that we're chasing after. So I learned how important family was, how important those friendships are. And I realized that sometimes I took them for granted, but those people were always there right when I needed them. And the second thing I learned is that possessions, even though they're great, even though we enjoy them, you can lose them. Like in the flash of an instant, you can lose them. So I started to think about what things in life can I hold on to forever? And some of the things that I thought of were my education, the experiences I have, the memories I can make, right? And so as I lost all those possessions, I realized I wasn't hurt because I lost the actual object. I was hurt because I thought I would forget the memory that it brought to me. So as you guys are going through life and you're chasing after success in your day-to-day life, please don't ever think that an object decides how successful you are. It's not the object that you need to be chasing. It's the experience. And a lot of people focus in on, if I get that object, if I get to that level of satisfaction, if I have the nicest car, if I have the biggest house, then people will look at me as successful. Well, I can tell you, as someone who seriously lost everything, that that's not really the case. Because once I lost all my possessions, people still thought of my wife and I as a success. But it had nothing to do with the possessions that we had, rather the impact we made in other people's lives. So I just wanted to remind you guys this week, sometimes life is going to humble you. You don't even know when it's going to happen. But please hold on to what's really important in your life. Please, please, please value the family and friends that you have around you. And please remember that the impact you make will far be remembered than the possessions you own. So thank you guys so much this week for joining me on Certified G Motivation and on Winning Wednesdays. I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all the support. So remember, this is Chris Guerreri with Certified G Motivation. We are never, ever satisfied. We are always grateful, and we are certified for greatness. This is your boy G, and I'm out. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.